Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Andrews and Evelyn, who thinks it's lunchtime. And I wanted to talk to you about your week two discussion post. There are two big mistakes that I see people making in their week two main posts and also in the posts in the subsequent weeks. And I wanted to highlight those so that you don't have to make those mistakes and you get the best grade that you can. So the DB post assignment asks you to do three things. So you're looking at a tricky ethical scenario, and it asks you first, what would a utilitarian do in that scenario? Second, what would you do in that scenario? And third, what are the ramifications of of your choice? I want to focus on the first two. So first off, the one big mistake people make is not. I'm going to hand her over to mom now for lunch. Is not clearly distinguishing between the your own view and the utilitarian view. So have you ever been? I don't know if you've ever been in a play or seen a play or followed certain actors in movies talking about their acting, but when Chris Evans is playing Steve Rogers, Captain America, right? He's not actually Captain America. You know that, right? He's playing a role, and it doesn't matter who he is personally. It doesn't matter what his actual job is or his actual name is. He is playing that role. When you answer the first part of this question, that's what you're doing for the utilitarian view. You are explaining why they hold the view that they do. You say, because utilitarians believe that actions are right or wrong because of their consequences, therefore a utilitarian would do this or that in this scenario. So, in that part of the question, it doesn't matter what your personal view is, it doesn't matter whether or not you agree. You are explaining this other ethical view. Because the best way to understand what someone else thinks is to put it in your own words. So that's the first thing, is make sure that you clearly explain the utilitarian view of the situation before afterwards giving your own. And you can just write this as two paragraphs. You can say, here is the utilitarian view of the scenario, blah, blah, blah. Line break, hit enter a couple times. Here is my view of the scenario, blah, blah, blah. That's all you have to do. So that's the first thing. You're right, baby sister is around. She's with mommy. Sorry about that. So the second thing is this. Do you is in a philosophy class, you were always supposed to explain your work, explain your reasoning, and actually the reasoning behind what you say is more important than the answer you give. And here's Ivan. What did you do to your shirt? Yeah, that's you. That's happy birthday. Okay, go play. Go play. So, do you remember when you were in math classes in like high school? Did you ever get in trouble because you didn't show your work? I did that all the time. I would get in trouble because I knew the answer and I just wrote it down, but I didn't show my work. The teacher wants to see my work because they want to know how I got to that answer. It's the same thing in this class. It's not enough to say the utilitarian would let the one person die. You have, or would not let the one person die. You have to say the utilitarian would let the one person die because they think that the consequences are what matters, and if they let the one person die, the other five people will live. You have to explain the reasoning. The same thing in with the other one. You have to say, I think that you should not let the person die because, and then explain your reasoning behind that. Your reasoning is more important than the answer. If one person gives the wrong answer but explains their argument, their reasoning really well, the other person gives the right answer but doesn't show their work, the first one is going to get a much higher grade. So focus on giving your reasoning behind your answers, even more than the answer itself. And we'll talk about the right or wrong answer in the discussion group. So I hope that helps you. I'm signing out now. I'll see you on the discussion boards. Goodbye.